Hello, and welcome to Mind Plus Muscle. I'm your host, Dr. Jack Bowman. And with us this evening is Bruce Bennett, the sport photographer for the New York Islanders. Bruce, welcome to Mind Plus Muscle once again.
Hi, Jack.
It's really good to have you back, Bruce. I got a lot of good reviews on that first show that you did with us.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I guess you had a few Islander fans and a few photography fans watching in.
And I think just a few fans of sport in general, because I think a lot of the pictures you brought for us were quite interesting from a standpoint that anybody looking at them would find them very intriguing. I know you brought some pictures with you tonight to show some of the people and to talk a little bit about the science of sport photography. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with some of the shots that you have brought with us, and then we'll go to some more kind of in-depth analysis of what's going to be going on perhaps come the remainder of the season, which may be as short as one game.
Hopefully it will be.
All right, we have a photograph here, Bruce, you might want to talk to us a little bit about. This is Thomas Johnson of the New York Islanders.
Yeah, he's my vote for the Norris Trophy for the best defenseman in the league. If nothing else, he makes great facial expressions, and it's something that all the photographers like to key on. Is the facial expression is probably the most important thing in photography, especially hockey photography, and he always comes up with a good face for us.
Mm-hmm. And here he has a very interesting expression on one of almost effort and almost agony, almost.
Yeah, it's probably a little of both.
Mm-hmm.
It looks more like he's been on the ice for quite a while, and he's racing after the puck with every ounce of strength that he's got left.
Again, the catching the emotion, as you had said in the first show, was probably the critical thing, and you caught it very well in that shot. Now we have some other emotion being portrayed here. What picture is this, Bruce? What is this?
Yeah, this is the overtime goal against Pittsburgh last year in the playoffs. That I won't say it wasn't a lucky goal, but it was lucky that the Islanders were able to go past Pittsburgh and onto the Cup last year, and this was that goal.
Mm-hmm. And there's quite a bit of action being shown here with Tonelli with his arms raised and Nystrom falling down, and you're catching quite a few people in one shot here.
Yeah, normally we like to have the frame a little bit looser than that so we can pick up more of the fans and the reaction of the fans, but we got them from head to toe here, so I guess that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Now we have an interesting shot here which is taken from a rather unique angle. Can you tell us about this shot, Bruce?
Yeah, this is really started about 5 years ago, where people, magazines and like the National Hockey League magazine Goal, they're always looking for a different angle, a different way to show the game. About 5 years ago, some of the photographers started to experiment with overhead shots. So what is done is an assistant who works for me would mount a camera in the rafters of the Coliseum, and run a long wire over to the press box and watch the game from up there. And every time that something looks good in the crease area, he'd push a button and that would produce a frame such as the one you see now.
Mm-hmm. And this depicts a goalie and the net from on top.
Right.
And it shows quite a bit here how this is Steve Weeks of the New York Rangers. How much of the net a goalie can actually cover. It's quite a bit of territory there,
yeah.
Surprisingly.
Mm-hmm. And what's amazing is that out of maybe 3 rolls a game that we would shoot from up there, there's very few frames that really tell the story. The goalies are always coming out to cut down the angles,
mm-hmm.
And quite often we'll have blank frames, or you'll see the back skate of one of the goalies as he's sprawled on the puck out in the crease area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing, although it's a great angle. A lot of times you'll be shooting frames where there's no one in the shot.
Exactly. Well, the goalie's job really is to come out of the crease as much as possible.
Right.
So it does hinder the photography a bit when there's nobody there to shoot. This is again another shot I think that has to do with goaltending.
Yeah, this was an experiment. We did a shooting for a hockey equipment manufacturer with Billy Smith and Brian Trottier. And as we were looking for different ideas and different things to shoot, we decided what would the goalie's view of Brian Trottier be. And that's how this picture was produced. We actually put the camera right inside Billy Smith's mask and took a picture of Brian Chartier coming in, right, as if he was coming in on a breakaway.
Mm-hmm. And I think that this type of cage gives you a very good, view of the action, as you can see. It's not too much cut off.
Yeah, it's that's why most of the goalies are going for the cages now instead of the other masks. There is a better view of the entire ice surface.
Now here's a shot of the Rangers in action against the Chicago Blackhawks. Can you tell us a little bit about this shot?
Yeah, this one I call chain reaction. It's just one of the humorous things that happen during the game, and it's something that you usually don't know that you have on film until you start going through the negatives. Something like this might pop up.
So sometimes you're even surprised with the some of the products that you come up with at the end of a game.
Yeah, normally the fans will come down and they'll say, "Oh, did you get that shot? Did you get that shot?" And tell them you just never know. You never know what you've got until you take a look at the film.
Okay. Now here again we have a scene of great emotion. And here, as you said, you had a bit looser. Is that the term? A looser frame, which means you take in more of the...
Right. This was, of course, a lot of people I think will recognize this one. The winning goal from the Islanders' first Stanley Cup in 1980. Bob Nystrom scoring the goal and Lorne Henning coming in to congratulate him. Also, you can see it pulls in a lot of the fans there also, and you can see that they're overjoyed too.
Yeah. All right, here we have somewhat of a... I think this depicts the same...
No, this was another goal. I was just amazed. If you look and try to count how many gloves there are in this scene, it's amazing just the way that all the players came together at that split second.
It looks like a tree of gloves there.
Right.
And I think Bobby Nystrom is in the middle of all of that.
He is. I don't... it wasn't any... it might have been an important goal, but it wasn't any one that was historic. Otherwise, I would have remembered that one.
Okay. Here we again have the Islanders, and it looks like a...
Yeah, this is another different angle that we tried out, and that's from shooting up, shooting from where the fans are, up in the blue seats. You can cover most of the ice from up there, but you do need special lenses and longer lengths to get in as tight as you can on the action.
And here's the man of the hour, apparently, from what's been happening in the last couple of weeks.
Right, a topical shot. Billy Smith is, whether he's hitting someone with his stick or he's making a spectacular save, there's usually a good photo opportunity keeping your camera focused on him.
Yeah, he's quite the showman.
Yeah, he is.
As that's proven out. Well, we have some more shots we can take a look at a bit later in the show, Bruce. Right now, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the upcoming game tomorrow night. We've just seen it on our monitor advertised on Sports Channel, which we carry here on Brookhaven Cable, Channel 6. And you're going to be there. And
I hope so.
from previous experience, you're going to be right in the heart of the action, hopefully, if the Islanders win the Cup. What kind of preparation do you have to do mentally for that game, which may be the final game, the Cup-winning game for the Islanders?
There really is a lot of mental preparation. It's something that I've thought of for a long time, and it's something that I slowly get myself psyched up to shoot. Just to describe the final scene and the things that take place just prior to it, one of my tasks with the Islanders is assigning all the photographers what positions they'll be in for the final game. And that's always a crazy scene because everyone wants the best seats, and it's just not possible to give everyone the best seat in the house for it. So there's a lot of tension and stress that's involved in that. But talking about the final scene on the ice, it consists of, hopefully there won't be any fans on the ice this year, which would hurt the pictures. I guess the second year the Islanders won the Cup, which was at home, all the photographers had pictures with fans jumping in front and running across the ice. And this year I think they've taken